Your aunts? Were you close to them?
I was close to my aunt, but I only knew them for the little times that they would go to Colombia for summer. So I didn't really know them, and not until I came here and I got to hang out with them more.
Do you think your life would have been different if you didn't move and you would have stayed with them?
Very different. When I was in Colombia, my country was going through a hard time with the drug cartels back then, and so if I would have stayed there, I don't know what my future would have been. So I'm happy and grateful I moved here.
Due to having family in the U.S., do you think that the transition among the different cultures was different?
Yes, very different. Just starting, just speaking different languages is the number one barrier, coming to a new country. So that was, to me, I think the hardest thing that I had to go through. The language was hard, yeah.
Do you think you're an outsider?
Back then, yes.
Even with your family?
Yes, I can say that because when I came here, I had cousins that lived here for their whole life. So I was the new one in the family that didn't speak any English. So they had friends, and whenever they would come over, it was just like I didn't understand anything. So I felt like kind of like the outsider. And especially in school, because when I came here, I was, new in high school. I was a freshman. So, and I was 14 years old back then, and it was... just if it's hard just being new in a school, imagine being new in a school and not knowing the language. So it was super hard.
Did that change as you grew up, like the feeling of like being an outsider, and like when did that really start to change, if it did?
It started changing when I was a senior in high school, because after 4 years you kind of get the hang of it, and you make new friends, you get used to the culture. So by age 17 that I graduated high school, I was perfectly fine. And it did help me. Now I'm a English interpreter in the Spanish community. So all those hard times that I went through back, when I first got here are all worth it now, because that's how I make a living now.
1 to 10, how would you rate your immigration story? 1 being bad and 10 being good.
I would rate it... Now I would give it a 10. Back then I would give it a 0, because after 3 months I moved here, I was ready to move back home because I just couldn't find myself here. So but I thank God that I actually went through that hard time, because now it's like, oh my God, what if I went home back then? My life would have been totally different than what it is now, and I wouldn't have all the opportunities that I had here. So I give it a 10 completely, because it changed my life completely.